the standard of care for medications that treat it is topical steroids, right? That's first line. Patient comes in, they've got some eczema on their in between their elbows or in between their knees, on their face. The first thing Western doctors would do is prescribe you a topical steroid.
But steroids, they work, you know, and they almost work instantaneously, but it's not a long-term solution, right? I mean, in my experience, it stops working after, and when I say my experience, I mean with customers, what I hear back from customers. They'll say, like, I tried steroids, it worked, and then it stopped working, and then it came roaring back. And then I also understand that it can thin the skin, it can kind of permanently damage the skin.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. So steroids are meant to be a temporary solution, right? It's meant to suppress the immune system and calm down the inflammation temporarily, but
Okay.
it's not meant to cure the eczema. Curing the
I
eczema,
don't think most people understand that. I think they use a topical steroid or any steroid for that matter, and now they're cured. And I'm not sure that it's explained to them, okay, we've given you a little bit of time to
Mhm.
figure out what the problem is, and it's really is just right in your wheelhouse because now you need to find the root cause of your body speaking to you in the form of a rash.
Yeah. And I think, that is where you have to dig really deep and kind of look into your lifestyle a little bit more. And from a Chinese medicine standpoint, eczema, you could be born with it. So it's nothing, the baby didn't have a lifestyle when they were born. It's a man, but
But
the
is it from the in the womb? Could it be a reflection of
mother
the mother and Mhm.
and the mother's diet.
The
Yes, it,
mother's
it could. But in the diet part gets really tricky. I mean, the mother could experiment for years or for a year basically when they're breastfeeding to try to figure out what exactly they're eating
right,
that's causing the inflammation in the baby's
right,
skin. But
right, right,
it's really tough. I mean, it's sometimes when one food will trigger it, and sometimes another day in a different ecosystem or environment, it may not cause the same symptoms. So it's
right.
really tough. But we do know that in kids and babies, food allergies like eggs and soy milk, shellfish, peanuts are 30 to 50% of the reason for their eczema. It's mainly food, and
Mm,
that ties together the digestive system and the respiratory system, which is really interesting for me because from this is very Chinese medicine where there are in the 5 element theory. This is like fundamental Chinese medicine. The lungs and the large intestines are paired, and so this pair is creates skin manifestations, and the skin is a manifestation of these, and that's why skin conditions are highly associated with respiratory issues like allergies, like asthma, as
mm.
well as with large intestine conditions like inflammatory bowel disease. Inflammatory bowel disease, there's often a skin condition that's associated with it as well.
That's
So
interesting. How are they connected? Because they seem like two totally different functions in the body to me. What does the large intestine do? What is its purpose?
the large intestine's purpose from a Western medicine standpoint helps you eliminate, right?
Right.
Helps you eliminate, it's the stool, it's where the
It's the
stool is
stool.
formed,
Mhm.
right? And so there is an elimination issue oftentimes with people who have eczema. Actually, constipation is one of the most common,
And that
associated.
goes back to food because they probably aren't eating enough fiber or vegetables. It's again, we go talking about, you know,
Not able to eliminate, right,
it's
the impurities again. And so it has to come out somehow. So it's
right.
coming out through the skin. And so Chinese medicine uses eczema or any rash as a sign that it's a sign that your body's maybe not balanced, and there's something underlying that is imbalanced, and you need to kind of work to figure out what that is.
So if you liked that clip, subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch the full episode and for more clips.